What happens when a major city zoo completely shuts its gates to the public? You get to see bears, koalas, tigers, and lions, along with the most amazing city skyline view. We're in Taronga Zoo, located in Sydney, where they have invited us out to the exclusive Roar and Snore Media Night, a wild overnight stay where you get unprecedented after-hours access to the world's most iconic zoo, and you get to sleep in your own safari-style tent. In this video, we're going behind the scenes with the keepers, getting a Jurassic Park-style nighttime tour, and going into one of the animal enclosures. Our journey began at 5:15 p.m. at the zoo's heritage top entrance. The moment you step foot onto the property, you realize this isn't your average zoo visit. We were greeted personally by a team of enthusiastic Taronga hosts. They signed us in, tagged and transported our bags directly to our tents so that we didn't have to carry them, and immediately led us out onto a tour of the grounds in the dark. Walking through the empty zoo after dark is surreal. Now, to see the animals in their natural habitat, the guides introduced something fascinating.
But we use these red torches tonight. So the animals that we see overnight, a little explanation they have. So we've got these special cones in our eyes that allow us to see different spectrums of colour. The animals that we see overnight have very little and none of those cones. So they don't see colour the same as we do. So when we use these red torches, they see more of a dull grey as opposed to that bright red. So you guys are welcome to use your cameras, take as many photos and films as you like. We just ask that when filming animals or taking a photo of animals, we just ask that you make sure that flash is off. Maybe take a photo of your feet first or something, just making sure that that flash is off.
Naturally, I came prepared with my own videography light.
No, they're cats themselves.
Night safari!
Yay!
As we walked, we even spotted one of the zoo's scientists working late into the night inside the Wildlife Science Institute lab. By 8 p.m, it was time to eat. They hosted us at the Saltwater Bistro for a fully catered, authentic Australian barbecue dinner.
Alright, so I got, I think, lamb sausage, chicken skewer, vegetarian pasta, well not vegetarian anymore, corn with miso butter.
Vegetarian pasta?
Yeah, vegetarian pasta sauce, so no beef mince, and potato salad on the end there. What a fresh meal. Pieces. Amazing.
After dinner, we made the discovery walk to our actual campsite. The setup here was beautiful. Safari-style tents perched right on the edge of the hill, overlooking a jaw-dropping view of the Sydney Harbour skyline. Around 9 o'clock, the hosts offered an optional night walk. Most of the families with young kids decided to call it a night and head to bed, which left a small group of us night walkers to explore the deepest corners of the zoo. We got to see tigers, red pandas, seals, and even some small monkeys navigating the dark. At 10 p.m, it was lights out to prepare for an early morning. At 6:30 a.m, the camp woke up to the sounds of kookaburras. We headed straight over to the main tent where the hosts had hot tea, fresh coffee, juices, and a pile of delicious banana bread waiting for us. And honestly, the early wake-up call is entirely worth it just for the view. Watching the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge slowly light up from your campsite before the city lights even click off is an experience I will never forget. But the real main event of the morning was our exclusive behind-the-scenes encounter. The keepers led us down to the giraffe exhibit. We didn't just look at them from the public viewing deck. They actually brought us inside the enclosure pen. We are now part of the exhibit. We're in the giraffe enclosure.
So we don't want to go past this line in the sand, guys.
Stay behind this line.
Side,
Oh.
but you can move all the way up to the other side there.
He's looking at me. He's like, suspect. He's asking, what are these short people doing?
There's some more space around here.
Standing just 5 meters away from these majestic animals is humbling. It was wonderful to hear the absolute passion and enthusiasm of the zookeepers as they explained their daily care routines. And to top it all off, we each got the chance to hand feed the giraffes their absolute favorite morning snack, which is fresh carrots.
Yes, thank you. Feed them one at a time, or you'll lose them all. Yeah, right on up to the front of the map for me.
Alright, so you look like you're brave. So I want to give you some smaller ones. So,
Touch the tongue.
go one at a time, and you just
Awesome, thank you so much.
There you go for it.
Awesome,
yeah,
Thank you.
some in a minute. You're gonna come
Oh,
down
probably.
first, and I'll give you
Whoa! That's close. Hi. Big tongue.
I'll give you those small bits. Come right here to the end for me. You won't be able to reach down. That's it.
That was really fun.
Yeah, it's
Feeding the giraffe. Very up close and personal. Also, I had to reach really high because I felt bad making the giraffe bend down. Especially for the kids, the giraffe had to bend all the way down, and I'm like, no, I'll reach high. Yes. By 9:30, the official Roar and Snore experience wraps up. But the perk is, your ticket includes a full day admission to the zoo for the rest of the day, and they can store your bags at the information center so you can explore completely unburdened. This local escape is absolutely worth it. What makes it truly special is the purpose behind it. Taronga Zoo is a proudly not-for-profit organization. They have a deep, genuine commitment to the global conservation and securing a shared future for wildlife and people. Every single dollar spent on a stay here directly funds the vital conservation work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.